Why do frogs croak at night? Hi, welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, before we start today's show, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody listening right now. This is the 300th episode of Curious Kids Every Day. I started the show back in June, and, well, let's do the math. It's been almost a year, so, yep, 300 episodes. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Hey, have you ever held a frog before? What did it feel like? I've held a frog when I was a kid. They feel very slippery, that's what I remember. They feel like at any moment they could escape from your hands. I remember being at camp when I was a kid, and there was this other kid that was catching frogs and handing them to everyone. I remember hearing a frog croak up close. It just sounded so interesting. Have you noticed that when you go outside during the day, you don't normally hear frogs croaking? But then, if you go outside at night and you listen closely, there it is. Why do frogs croak at night? Why do they croak at all? Now, frogs don't have vocal cords exactly like humans, but like us, they do have a voice box in their throat called a larynx. And when a frog pushes air back and forth through its throat, parts of the throat vibrate, and that vibration makes sound. Many frogs also have something super cool called a vocal sac. Can you say vocal sac? A vocal sac is like an inflatable balloon made of stretchy skin, usually under the chin or on the sides of the mouth. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know that part of the frog that when it goes ribbit, ribbit, kind of blows up like a balloon and then shrinks back down, blows up like a balloon and shrinks back down. Now that sac doesn't create the sound of a croak all by itself, but it helps the sound get louder and carry farther. Sort of like carrying around a megaphone. So why do frogs make these calls at all? Well, a lot of the calling you hear is from male frogs during breeding season. They're calling out to say, "I'm here," or "This spot is mine," or "If you're a female of my species, you can find me right here." If you hear a frog croaking, it's usually one of the boys. Some calls help frogs find the right kind of partner because different frogs have different calls. And frogs can tell the difference. Some calls also help keep space between callers so that they're not all piled up on top of each other. "Hey, this is my space here. You stay over there. Thank you." Okay, so that's how a frog croaks and why a frog croaks. But why at night? Well, many frogs spend the daytime hiding. They might tuck under leaves or in tall grass, in cracks near water, or in muddy spots that stay moist. Have you ever found a frog during the day? He was probably hiding somewhere, wasn't it? Frogs have skin that needs to stay damp to work well. If a frog gets too dry, it can have a hard time. Nighttime often brings cooler air and more moisture, like dew in the grass. And that can help frogs move around without drying out as quickly. Frogs like the nighttime. And also, it's usually just a little quieter at night. No lawnmowers, fewer cars. So a frog's call just stands out to us more. See, not every frog calls out only at night. Some call during the day, especially after rain or from a shady, wet spot. But for many kinds of frogs, nighttime is when they feel the most safe and when their calls can travel the best. So frogs croak like that in order to communicate, especially to find a mate and claim space. And nighttime often gives them the best conditions to do it because it's cooler, it's moister, it's quieter, and many frogs are just more active then. So the next time you hear a frog, ribbit, ribbit. Now you know what's going on. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What is the stretchy balloon-like material that can puff up on a frog to help their call sound louder? It's called the vocal sac. True or false? Frogs call because they are trying to scare humans. No, that's false. True or false? Many frogs hide during the day to stay safer and to avoid drying out. That's true. True or false? All frogs only make calls at night and never during the day. That's false. Sometimes they call out during the day. Would you rather have a built-in megaphone under your chin that you can turn on and off, or would you rather just have a super loud voice? I think I want the built-in megaphone under my chin. That sounds pretty cool. That way, if I have something important to tell my family, just click on my neck. Attention, family! We're going outside now! Okay, I've got one round of What Am I? Are you ready? What am I? I can inflate like a balloon. I often show up under the chin, and frogs have me. What am I? I am a vocal sac. I love going outside at night and hearing the frogs. And now we know why they croak like that. They're just looking for a mate or marking their space. They make such a unique sound. And different frogs make different sounds, which is how the other frogs find the right ones. Pretty neat how it all works. It's just another amazing discovery in the animal kingdom. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out, so until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And we've got a few birthdays today. Today is Gracie May's birthday. Gracie May is from Georgia, and Gracie May is turning 5. Happy birthday, Gracie May! Annabelle is from Florida, and Annabelle is turning 7. Happy birthday, Annabelle! Gwen is from Virginia, and Gwen is turning 7. Happy birthday, Gwen! Abby is from Connecticut, and Abby is turning 8. Happy birthday, Abby! Kieran is from Maryland, and Kieran is turning 4. Happy birthday, Kieran! Davy is from Louisiana, and Davy is turning 5. Happy birthday, Davy! And Olivia is from Nebraska, and Olivia is turning 8. Happy birthday, Olivia! To all the grown-ups listening, if your curious kid wants their birthday mentioned on the show, please visit supportcuriouskids.com and join the Curious Kids Club. That's supportcuriouskids.com. Whew, 300 episodes, and I've loved doing every single one. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.